The housing market is pretty challenging these days, but March showed a surge in home sales. During National Home Inspection Month, now's a great time to learn what potential home buyers need to know before a sale is final. Let's welcome Jay Piner, president of the Charleston Home Builders Association. He is also the owner and president of Wando Builders. And I'm glad you're here because now we're getting into the season where a lot of people are going to be putting up their homes for sale.
Oh, yes.
Despite the climate.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Lots of homes are coming up for sale right now.
But home inspections, I think, are one of those things that is so dreaded by both homeowners and home buyers because you're the fear of the unknown. You don't know what you're going to find.
Absolutely. There's things you may not know that are there, and you're fearful of, is it going to reduce the cost of the house, or what can I do to repair it, or the time to repair it, can I do it in that amount of time? So
yeah, exactly.
Definitely lots of issues to be nervous about, but you can definitely get around that. For sure.
And how was the best way to do that? Because we were just talking about maybe preemptively having your home inspected before you even put it on the market.
Absolutely. You can definitely order your own home inspection prior to having the buyer come and do theirs. That way you know what may be coming down the line for you to prepare for financially or construction-wise, or just have a better knowledge of maybe you can increase the cost of your home prior to putting it on the market because that item is not really an issue, something like that.
So if you do make the repairs, well, then you can say, well, now it's got a new X, Y, and Z.
Correct.
So you can raise that price.
Yeah.
But do you find that home buyers maybe are almost hoping for that little chip in the...
Yeah, I would say probably, to answer that, 75% of homes that are being sold in Charleston, because we have such a variety of ages when the home was built, and people do different levels of preventative maintenance throughout the life of their ownership of the home. Mm-hmm. It can definitely decrease the cost of the sale depending on what they find on the home inspection. I would say many of our homes do find that to be the case, for sure.
There's also a lot of situations where, all right, so you put your home on the sale, haven't done a home inspection yet, buyer comes in interested, you're getting things rolling, you hire your own home inspector, and then those items are brought to the attention of the home seller. They can then choose, all right, well, I can also repair these things for you so that it's at least done and the home buyer doesn't even have to think about it.
That's correct. You can repair those items instead of reducing the cost of the sale. Some items you may be mandated to repair if you want to continue with that buyer, depending on the buyer's lender. Yeah. I know that the VA has certain requirements on the roof, on the HVAC system, and so forth.
Yeah, okay, so the roof is really important.
The roof, usually for like a VA loan, I believe is a 3-year lifespan left on the roof. You have to have HVAC that produces heat, not necessarily cool, but definitely some heat. And then the structural. Structural is extremely important. With any home inspection, whether you're the seller or the buyer, please definitely make sure you check out the structural. Over the last housing boom, we had many homes. As you well know, were purchased sight unseen, as they say, and we had a lot of new buyers and new owners find devastating issues underneath the crawl space. You know, termite damage unaware of, moisture issues which allowed rot to occur, and now their foundation is not sound. And so you could be in the tens of thousands of dollars of repair kind of right away. Yeah. So it's definitely important to have that home inspection prior to the purchase of your home.
Okay, and then what about selling a house as is?
So I was actually speaking to a real estate friend of mine today. I guess house as is not really a box they check anymore. The due diligence is where you find that shortcut maybe. Instead of the due diligence period being 10, 15 days, they just make it the same day.
Oh,
right?
Oh, really?
So, right.
Oh. And when we do talk about those older historic homes, sure, there's going to be myriad things, myriad issues to have to deal with, but the buyer clearly wants an older historic home. So you agree to the terms, and a home inspection is going to turn up whatever it turns up, and
Right.
So there's the value there.
Once you get past that, when you're in that due diligence process, I mean, you can stipulate what needs to happen, what doesn't need to happen. As long as the lender, if one's involved, is okay with that, then the two parties can agree on how they want to proceed.
All right. Anything else for people to think about as they get their homes ready to sell this spring and summer?
No. Preventative maintenance as your own owner on your own home is very important. Just kind of walk through weekly, maybe listen for that odd noise or different smell, and maybe take care of it before it becomes a big problem.
Bring bring in a friend,
Right.
find someone off the street and say, hey, do you hear something? Do you smell something?
Right.
And good advice. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Layla. I appreciate it.
We're back after this.